Hello, Namaste everyone. I am Ashish Singh and I am back with a new topic for this week, the great marketing dilemma of 2020. So we have today Swati with me. Hi Swati. Hi Swati. Welcome
Hi,
to
good
One TV.
evening.
Good
Thank
evening, good evening.
you. It's a pleasure to be here. Um, very
So
good
let's
evening,
have
everyone.
good evening. Let's have first our guest,
Yes.
Minal Sinha
So,
and Gaurav.
yes.
So
So we have well, the marketing dynamics have changed uh, from 2020, and digital marketing spends increased by 12% in 2019 to 2020. 2020, whereas outdoor spends had considerably decreased. It was 31 billion in 2022 and it decreased by 16 billion in 2021. Now, 2022, the markets are opening. People are going to go out, and your target audience is now out of the house, hopefully. Dilemma in every marketer's mind is in 2022 that where should the market spend be? And to discuss this dilemma, we have great experts in their own field. Gaurav, welcome. Gaurav has
Hi.
about 15 years of experience, and now he is with Kilosker, handling various roles apart from also, in sales, in customer service. And our second guest expert today is Mrinal. Welcome, Mrinal. Uh,
Hi.
Mrinal has rich experience of over 15 years, and he is also an expert in sales and various other aspects of marketing. Um, my first question to Gaurav
uh,
is
just a minute,
yes,
Swati.
yes, Ash.
Uh, Before going further, from the world of marketing family, India's first marketing TV, I would like to give हमारी श्रद्धांजलि टू स्वर कोकिला लता मंगेशकर जी जिनका
Lata
कि
Mangeshkar
आज
ji. Yes,
देहांत हो गया है जी हाँ
yes.
जस्ट मिनट हाँ
Our gratitude. Yes.
तो आज फ्रॉम वर्ल्ड ऑफ मार्केटिंग वी पे
Sure.
आवर रिस्पेक्ट टू लता दीदी
Yes. Thank you so much. And may her soul rest in peace.
यस
Gaurav, my first question to you is uh, what is the change in marketing approach? Was there what you observed before 2019 and how it changed over 2020? I think Gaurav's camera is frozen. Um, Mrinal, would you like to take this?
Yeah, sure. There has been a drastic shift in the overall approach. You see, let's understand this. Am I yeah?
मृणाल आपको आवाज आ रही मेरी
Am I audible?
मृणाल see this is the part of this live show
Anyways, I think
that
Mrinal and Gaurav both are offline.
no
We
now
can
they are back
we can
they are back
continue.
they are back
Oh, they're back.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The first
yeah
question, you have posed the right question, but I like to answer it. The life when it begins in a digital era. The two questions that you ask, you don't say good morning, namaskar. You say, am I audible and the second one is, am I visible? So that's the that is one. We have a
That's how
situation,
the
but
life has changed.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it I'm on and and I'm I'm audible and I'm I'm at the same time visible to all of you. That's
Visible.
what I'm
Yes.
Correct.
assuming.
Correct.
Yes.
Another question is that yes, if you ask me that whether the things are changing or not, things are changing quite fast, and it is difficult to keep pace at the way they are changing. Uh, if you look at the marketing spends, or if you look at the focus the organizations are having over marketing, we have two ways to go. Primarily, digital emerged. Digital became a contender of lately from 2015, 2016 onwards. But if you look at it in the past 2 years, there's because of this pandemic and because of certain other factors, its growth has been failed, and it is it has risen exponentially. Now, what is happening today is that there is a situation wherein the relaxations are happening, and we may see that although I pray that we go back to the normal era that we had, but if we start moving towards the normal era, right, and if we are in a normal situation, so the traditional means or the what we call it the conventional means are equally relevant. We cannot rule them out. That's one. And at
Mm-hmm.
the same point of time, there's a dilemma that which one is effective, because you
Mm-hmm.
have the limited resources to prop up your demand and supply for the offerings that you have in the market. But at the
That's right.
same point of time, how to utilize these resources?
That's right.
Yes, for the smaller businesses, digital has an advantage. You can use
Mm-hmm.
them at it's a low budget, and it also at the same point of time, it has it gives you a feel that you are getting measured, and at this
Okay.
also it gives you an instant feedback that how you are going about. But at the other point is that if we compare conventional, yes, it is expensive, it is
Mm-hmm.
difficult to organize at times, and it
Mm-hmm.
is even difficult to measure its ROI. That's the
Okay.
truth. But
Okay.
nonetheless, what needs to be seen is that in digital, are we reaching the right audiences? That will remain a
Mm-hmm.
question.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are reaching them, is that the right volume? Because if we are
Okay.
not reaching all of them, we know that.
That's
And
right.
at the same
That's right.
point of time, even if we are not, if we are not reaching all of them, that's one part. And at the same point
Mm-hmm.
of time, if you look at it from other perspective, people may feel, that someone, the opinions that are there on digital,
Mm-hmm.
are they correct? That's are they impartial? Are they those point of view?
Mm-hmm.
They need to be without prejudice. They need to reflect the true voice of customers. So,
That's right.
is that coming to us?
Okay.
So that's the
So,
dilemma that we have to, create a map in which both the components are there, and you optimize them as per whatever
what have
resources we have
what
in our
has been
organization.
your sorry?
In our
So, what has
organization.
been your
Yeah.
experience?
Sorry.
What has been in your experience in conversions? Is has digital has more conversions than the traditional? Has it been more effective? Uh, because all the businesses started looking at digital, but did they? Is the impact almost the same, or that's?
Okay. I'll take this question. If you look at it, it's a the resources, or I would say the focus on the digital was just to managing the few social profiles that every organization has, right? And
Mhm,
at the same point of time, if you look at it the way things are organized today, uh,
mhm,
if I have to look at it, that I have spent I've spent some money on digital. So it's a lopsided view if I say that the conversion in digital was higher,
mhm.
because what is happening is that in the past 2 years we have used digital and the conventional was not getting used. That's the point.
Okay,
It
okay,
was at
okay.
a really low end of it.
Okay.
So
So,
if we have to
anyways, the
compare both the
return
modes,
ROI is higher in digital. That's the right way to
but
compare.
you have to also understand that the conventional did not got measured or did not got a fair opportunity in the past 2 years.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes.
That has to be looked
Uh,
into. Yeah.
Understood. So, in terms of future of marketing, what is your more this thing? Is it conventional versus digital? Uh, where the organizations need to focus on? Now 2022 things will open up now. People are already
Yeah.
used to and have strategized around closed doors. um,
Mhm.
it's too early and to basically allocate their budgets, but this is the time to also allocate their budgets. So what is the what in your view is the right way to allocate?
I would say that if I have to, if I have to look at this one from a perspective, wherein where should I focus, right? Or where
Mhm.
should I lay my emphasis, or where should I concentrate? Obviously, both are the means of communication, whether I use the conventional tricks or I use the mode of digital media. Now, at the same point of time, today digital cannot be ruled out. We all know that. It is
Mhm.
going to be there. Now, the point is that what is the proportion that we have to think over, that what proportion is required. If I have to look into the way, if I am a small or a mid-sized business, obviously,
Mhm.
I'm just coming over. Digital will play a major role in my propping up the demand and supply that I need to
Gaurav,
look at.
here my question is, when you talk, when you say like we have to go for the digital because it's a future, okay? So,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of a data, any kind of experience, or any kind of a thought on this? That are we getting the business from the digital in compared to a conventional one? Because we
Yes.
all know that, because I'm giving you an example in first 2020 when we had a first lockdown in month of March, April, and May. Okay, then the entire business, entire SMEs and the way of communication goes to went to this digital way. But after a few months, when things become fine, okay, then they turn into the normal conventional way, because that time they thought ki we are they are getting business from the normal way of communications, not the digital way. Because
Mhm.
sometimes
Mhm.
digital things like it's a elephants, I mean, this is the thing that is not practical in some industries. Like I was with Xiaomi in 2020. So in 2-3 months we were totally concentrated on digital. But just after June, July, and just near to Diwali, things changed
Mhm.
drastically. No one was talking
Yeah.
about the digital at that time. Diwali
Right.
2021 or Diwali
Right.
2020, everything, the entire 95% budget and the focus company was conventional one, because they know
Correct.
that this is the only way that they could
Together.
communicate to the customer and the partner also.
Correct.
Here I want to know your views. What do you say?
Yes.
What will happen after 5 years?
Okay. Ashish, this is quite an interesting perspective that you have brought to the fore. This is really helpful. This one. Second is that I'll add to your example, and I agree with what you have stated. If you look at, when the lockdown conditions were eased up, and the number of people who came out on the streets, and they were well aware that
I think Gaurav is
those
paused
were
for some
people who
time.
are
So
who were doing well in their. Yeah, okay. I'll just repeat myself.
yes,
If you
please.
look at the way when the lockdown conditions were eased up, the people came out in droves. What was happening? So what was
We
happening
lost.
is things
Okay.
media. Okay, right. We were using digital media in each and every as a way of communication, as a way of doing a commercial transaction, as a way of office communication. Yeah, as a way of office communication. So we had a sort of a boredom. You know,
No,
people
no,
wanted to
Gaurav.
come out,
You
and
know,
then
you
they.
know, where I want to correct you. The
Mhm.
infrastructure were already there. Everything was already there. Work from home processes and everything was there. But the mindset, they were not used to do the to adapt a new way of working. But this lockdown,
Correct.
this was but
Yes,
it's
yes,
locked
yes.
down.
No, no, no.
Yes.
I was about to tell that
Yes,
you
yes, yes. Okay,
whatever you
yeah.
had said, the
Hmm.
point is same. We are both making the same point. That you know what is happening is that the infrastructure and details were there. We started
Mhm.
using them now. That's one. That's you have rightly
Okay.
said. But at the same point of time, what happened is that the people who were using the digital media as a means of communication for say extensively for the throughout the day and day in and day out, and they were not supposed to go out of their homes, but when they started coming out of their homes and when they when they said, oh wow, this is an old world that I am coming across, that I am familiar with, it's still time that population becomes familiar and with the digital media exists, we use it day in and day out, and it's not being used today or tomorrow. It's more than
Mhm.
15, 20 years that we are using the digital media. It's more than 10 years safely I can say it.
Oh, Gaurav,
Okay.
here I want to say you need to have a digital transformation. Get us good,
Get a good Wi-Fi.
in, good Wi-Fi
We are
Get a
using
Tata.
or
the
lease
digital.
line internet. Yes,
I
Minal.
Yes.
think I lost all of it.
Mrinal, well,
I
like
think our
Ashish
guest
said,
needs digital
Ashish is part
transformation.
of the
Yeah.
Tata Digital, and he's
Please.
going to make sure that you have a good internet connection for a future uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
interviews.
I'll just
No, Gaurav, I think you had to stop all
my
the
point. I'll just wrap it up
TV,
quickly.
Netflix
I'll
at your
say
home.
that if you look at it, the people when they came out, they really loved
Uh-huh.
the conventional way of
Yeah.
Okay.
Swati, I think Manal has, Manal is there. So
Yes, Gaurav, I would just
I
request you
think
in case
everything
you have
stopped,
shared
but still,
bandwidth, if
Ashish
you
will
can.
help me out. I think that when they came out,
no, Gaurav, no, you have to do something.
I just, in case he can, if he's sharing his bandwidth, he can probably reduce the share and focus another
Mhm.
15 minutes over here. That'll be helpful.
So now we have Manal.
Mrinal, are you active? Yes, your internet looks good. Ashish has two new customers to activate his internet lines. Mrinal, I welcome back after the technical glitch. Um, I wanted to
Yeah, yeah, very
pose a
much, very
question
much.
on you. Both
Okay.
you and Gaurav are from customer service background, and that's a very different way of marketing, a very indirect way of marketing, and which does not require any media, but your employees are your marketers. Um, I want to understand from you how a customer service team can help market an organization. Uh,
Here I want to add one point.
Yeah.
Your customer and your employee, they are not just a customer and employee. They are not just a marketer for you. They are the brand ambassador of your company. You see the change of thinking of all the companies. They now they don't consider any after 21 they need brand ambassador or any celebrity to be a brand ambassador. They treat their customer. See now major shift on LinkedIn. Now instead of putting money giving money to any celebrity to put their brand message and communication on social medium. Now the companies motivate and drive their employees to share their brand messages to their LinkedIn on all the
that's right.
social media. So this
And
is the paradigm shift.
amongst all the employees, I think the client servicing or customer service people, they are the most important role which people play. What is your thought in this, Mrinal?
Your and Gora both, because you both
Yeah.
from the service industry or service vertical,
Yes.
more or less. Okay,
Welcome
so
back,
what are your thoughts?
Gaurav. Gaurav, I'm
Thank
just going
you.
to repeat this question if
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
missed it.
yeah.
I'm posing this question to both of you since you are a customer service background. We were discussing different aspects of marketing in 2022. We discussed different kind of medias, but a very important media, which is an employee themselves as customer service or client service people, who really bring revenue to the company. So, what is your thought in how customer service or a client service can improve as a marketer,
Okay.
or can help organization grow?
Uh, shall I?
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
Mm.
I would say that customer service represents you in front of your customers. You are the one who is a torchbearer, who's carrying the flag of your
So
organization
great.
in the in front of your customers. That's one. Second is that you are the touch base point. They are not seeing the organization, but at the same point of time, they are. I would say uh, they are. They provide solutions to the challenges that are being faced, right? And at the same point of time, they are supposed to resolve the queries or resolve the situation that they primarily face. And if they are able to do it, nothing like it, especially against the backdrop, which is quite disturbing and
Okay.
at times which is hostile. So yes, they play a pivotal role because all your marketing campaign and all the the what I would say the right word to put is that create a wave or you create a hysteria on that you have
Mm.
something to offer to the market, and if in the eyes of the customer when they are using it and if you don't deliver it properly, then it goes for a toss. So that's
Yes.
where I would say that it's extremely important that we take care of it and we organize it in such a way that
Okay.
the customers do not face harassment. That's one, and they get the right set of expectations that what to expect from the service.
Okay.
It has to be
Okay.
communicated clearly.
Right. Yes.
Thank you.
So,
Now the same
when you
question
are
goes to
developing
Mrinal.
this team,
Let's
uh,
Swati.
sure.
Swati, let Mrinal has to
Mrinal,
answer this
yes,
question.
Mrinal, you've
Mrinal,
been silent for long. How about you, Mrinal? What's your thoughts in this customer service as a marketer?
Mrinal, you're on mute. Mrinal,
You're
you're on
muted.
mute.
You're muted.
Great. So once button, once
Only put one on a mute button, not two times.
able to no, I'm not on
Mrinal, you're
mute.
still on mute. हाँ ठीक है. Not
Is it audible now? Are
Are
you
you are
audible?
you
yes.
Am I
both?
You're
audible now?
audible,
Yes.
audible, audible.
Yeah, I've done. It's just done. Is it audible? In fact, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
audible. Go on. Go on,
No,
Mrinal.
I'm not. Yeah. Is it audible now?
Yes, Mrinal. It's
Yes.
audible.
Am I audible? Am I?
Yes, Mrinal,
Yeah,
you're
great.
audible.
So I was just trying to be a little cautious, in fact, how things are, because I've
I
experienced a
understand.
couple of glitches. Gaurav, in fact, and it was a nice. It was a nice thing to listen to Gaurav, in fact. If you can allow me to, yeah. So coming back to the customers to share here, if you can go to a small anecdote which I would share right away. So when I started back, so the day I joined, there had been a couple of escalations, and I was told by my supervisor to close it up the same day. So being a new challenge, I learned up the things, and things happened. There was a QC challenge. If you know the insurance, how insurance company works, QC is something which is very relevant in terms of overall policy underwriting. So we got it rectified, and the policy, so-called policy schedule, went to the customer. And once the policy schedule went to the customer, I went to my boss and I told him that, boss, I have done this. So the answer which came from my boss was, "Asan kiya kya?" So the customer service was always there, and the approaches to this has changed a lot. So we have always been told to that customer is a king.
Yes.
and somewhere I saw something written that show him the red carpet. So you have to show the red carpet to the customer every time. So now
Yes.
in showing the customer that he is the king. So there has been a couple of such a relevant point, rather an avenue wherein it's like be distinct or get extinct. So if you're not able to distinct yourself all across your then there are very high chances that you'll get extinct altogether. And that
True.
still remains the so-called marketing dilemma for any of the businesses. It is like
Yes.
understanding the challenges that need to be solved and implement a comprehensive marketing strategy, and build an engine for the sales and the demand. This is how I say it. I mean, there are various ways to how you accommodate the marketing challenges. For me, marketing challenges is directly proportional to the customer service and how we connect with the customers.
That's right.
So
So,
that the reason why I believe today that the problem being faced by leadership is not what is good and bad. The problem which is being faced by leadership on the customer service or other in any of the avenues is what is right and what is correct. If you know the answer of what is right and what is correct, the person would excel. And if not, then the doomsday is very close by. This is how I see it as on a customer service. And on terms of the overall digital approach that we have, yes, we have seen a couple of very large infrastructure development in the digital space, wherein you can see a drastic changes in how companies are connecting with the customers the digital way. So be it bot, be it chatbot, be it voice bot, be it SMS, be it
yes.
email, be it through social media. So actually, if you see, COVID has given us a new avenue to look at ourselves,
To
introspect, and see how things can be done in a better manner. Now,
better
see
manner.
the way we are interacting right now. The way we are interacting right now. Do you see this to go away? It will never go away. It'll be there for some time, and it will be there for long. In fact, have you ever seen
That's
a
right.
banker connecting with the customer like this? You couldn't have imagined this, but now it is actually possible.
Absolutely.
It is like the necessity came in and the problem statement came in, and you had a solution, and you keep on improving on your solutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. So, what my takeaway is, a brand growth is just not advertising using different kind of medias. It is to do a lot with the kind of support in customer support and client relationship. What kind of team you have to take the business to the next level and grow the company. My next question to you is just one more little question on the customers, so because I think you both are experts. What are your key points on conflict management, which is a big topic in every customer or client relationship management team? Conflicts management. Well, is Mrinal, you're not audible. Can you
See
switch
the
on your
basic.
mic?
See the basic point of conflict is the absence of connect.
Hmm.
If you are able to connect with the customer, the conflict will never happen. Conflict
Okay.
happens once. Yeah, it is already. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on.
Okay.
So I was saying, is it audible now? Is it audible now?
Yes, it's audible. It's audible.
Is it audible?
Yes.
Is it audible? Swati, is it audible?
Yes. 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 Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was saying, conflict is basically conflict happens when you do not have the connect.
Okay.
So if you keep on having a continuous connect flow, the conflict will not happen.
Okay.
So in order to
So
avoid
be
or rather to manage a conflict, there has to be a perpetual connect with the customer. with your employees
Okay.
and with the customers. So the conflict will never come across.
Okay. Great. So, marketing spends in media uh, versus customer care, what percentage? Mrinal, you're not. Would you want to take it, Gaurav? Mrinal, you're not audible.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is you're looking at the marketing spend versus customer care at what percentage? Excuse me. I would say that customer care is, is an experience one gets while using a brand. Brand is specifically when you come to a brand, then you get something like a customer care or a customer service. That's what, and you get the experience for when you
What
have
percent?
repose your yeah, when you repose your faith in a brand, then you have an experience like a customer
Okay.
service or a customer care. And as my friend Mrinal has pointed out rightly, that
Okay.
if you have a good connect with your customer, yes, the conflict is avoided. But at the same
Okay.
point of time, I'd like to add over here that if you set the expectations also right, and if you have, in your transactions or in your dealings with the customer, if you
Hmm.
are transparent, if you are fair, and yet if you are upcoming, then also the chances of conflict they come down drastically. And customer care is here to stay. No second thoughts on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, any advertising is a knock in the door, and customer care brings the business and sustains the business in the organization, right?
I have a
That's
question,
what.
Gaurav,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
related to last question.
Mhm.
This is you said like customer care has to be there for a long time, okay,
Yes.
for a in the future. But what will be the role of what will be the shape of that customer care? Since see, in the last decades we had a real customer care executives in call centers. Okay, now we have
Mhm.
bots. If we call to some banks, we have to speak to the bot. And then there are different layers of customer care executives. So what will be the future after 5 years? Bots, human, or
Can
the real human, or
yeah.
means क्या होएगा ये? And
Right.
your answer should be, it's not like a very academic answer. I want you answer that really touches to all the customer के point of view से आपका आंसर क्या होना चाहिए, from the marketing point of view से आपका आंसर क्या होना चाहिए?
Right. You see, customer care, there's a mechanism. Earlier, there was a human interface. You had a person who was picking up your call at the customer call center. आपने call center पे जब भी call लगाया तो एक call center agent आपके call को pick करके आपको response कर रहा था. आपने उसको क्या किया अभी automate कर दिया. You are using
ऑटोमेट कर
artificial
दिया.
intelligence, right? So that is there. But the approach is not changing. You still call that number. You still communicate to the customer care department only. It's whether it's a chat bot or a white bot, any bot you use, you are
एक तो
still using.
गौरव, लेकिन एक चेंज आया है. पहले हमारे पास नंबर थी 0200222, where we have to pay something to connect to the customer care. Now we have 180000. Now we don't
Correct.
need to pay anything. Most of the
That's a toll
companies,
free.
they,
How to?
yeah, toll free number.
But
Because
that's been, it's
no
not
company
really
has to
new,
pay.
new. I think it has been there for a long time. 18 1800
Yeah, yeah.
numbers,
I would like to say,
I am sure it's one of the very good service providers are from Tata's,
Okay.
who bring this.
I,
Yeah, Gaurav, you continue.
I'd
हाँ,
like
हाँ.
to I'd like to add over here that you are reaching आपको when you are reaching a organization, you are reaching its customer care department only. You can call it any department, you can call it a service, or you call it a wing of marketing. Now the point is that first interaction of yours is obviously now the routine works are getting automated. You are using the tools of artificial intelligence or a bot or chatbot to interact with your customer. But after that, how you are delivering to them, because there are layers of people who are involved in the back end, and the things are getting organized. So if you don't respond fast and if you do not respond accurately, then you have a disaster at your step. So the future lies something like this. आप मशीन टूल्स है आशीष, आप जितनी भी ऑटोमेशन कर लें, लेकिन एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू हैव टू कीप योर promises in front of your customer, and that is very traditional and which is conventional, right? Whatever you have promised at the time of the customer coming to you, to a brand or a business, you have to, you have to honor your words.
You have to
I
honor
think
your words. That's the
i-
brand
i-
commitment. That's the brand
Yes,
commitment, and
that's a brand
service is
commitment.
a very strong tool to fulfill this brand commitment.
Correct.
yes, I think this
Huh?
chatbot are really very nice way of addressing customer needs at the first go. So
Correct.
and then followed by human intervention. That's what is the organizations now, most of them are following, and really gives a lot of satisfaction to customer. um, I, as a customer, I know I first, if I'm heard first in the first ring, I feel very privileged or taken care of. um, Thank you, Gaurav. I'm sorry we
Yep.
have probably lost Mrinal and his internet. And Ashish, please make sure that Tata services go into his home.
No, 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 no.
Or, well, I'm going to do a quick fireside chat with three quick questions to you, and you have to give your choice, Gaurav. Now, tell me, which one would you
Uh,
prefer?
Swati, just
Facebook?
a minute. Swati,
Yes.
just a minute. Just a minute. We have
Is Mrinal joining?
questions from the customer. Do you think COVID
Oh, okay.
19
We
has
have
bring?
okay, customers questions. All right.
See, this is one of my this question asked by one of my our ex partner. Uh, do you think COVID 19 has bring a ray of hope for people who want to invest in digital marketing?
Yes, that's one. And not only the people who want to invest in digital marketing, it's also for the small businesses who don't have large budgets to compete or large budgets to offer for the market for their marketing efforts. Small and mid-sized businesses, yes, it does offer a ray of hope. That's right.
Manal, your views? Manal?
I think
Okay.
Mrinal, this thing. So, do you want to take another question, Ashish? Is there any more questions from the audience?
No. No any other questions.
Okay, great.
Yes,
I'll just do a quick fireside chat. Three quick questions. You have to give your choice.
certainly yes. In fact, we have seen people,
Hold on.
I think Mrinal is back.
No, Manal, no.
Are you both in the same area?
No, it's a very interesting thing that
uh,
me, Gaurav, and Manal, we are from the same college, same batch.
oh, nice,
Okay.
wonderful, great. So, a quick question to Gaurav, and
Ah,
we'll catch up with Mrinal
one
whenever
more
he comes
one,
in.
one more question from the customer,
Okay.
from our partners, the viewers. There are some sectors which are surprisingly doing better than others. Which is your take on that? What parameters we should think
Think
about
about before
before
investing in
investing
digital world.
in digital world? Hmm. Yes,
Uh,
Swati, this is the really this is the fact of the matter because some sectors are doing very good and some
Some
sectors are
sectors are
done.
doing very well, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
uh,
take on this, Gaurav?
Gaurav?
yes, that's true. The sectors primarily which cater to the demands. For example, I'm assuming that this question is against the backdrop of COVID-19, right? So
Exactly,
obviously,
Yes.
exactly.
if you look at the backdrop of COVID-19, it means I'm looking at the services getting delivered at my home. I'm looking at certain pharmacies. I'm looking at certain healthcare solutions. Or in all these aspects, what is happening is that we have a situation wherein the demand is really good and it's taking on. And now, if you look at the digital world is nothing but a way of communicating your, offerings to the market. And it is obviously, if it reaches the audience, it's a cost-effective way of reaching the audience, and it's you can measure it also. That's one of the good things that it has. Now, if you primarily have to look at the sectors which is being catered by the digital marketing before taking any investment decision. That's what I would say.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gaurav. That was a very
Yeah,
interesting insight.
yeah.
Um, I would want to go back to my five segment with my favorite. A quick three questions. Which one would you prefer, Facebook or Google? One choice.
Google,
Okay. Tata or Reliance?
Tata,
Um, your logo color should be red or blue.
Blue,
Okay.
Zoom or
Uh,
Team?
Zoom
team.
or Team?
Mumbai or Pune?
Now you guys are getting it.
That's
Now
okay.
Ashish is getting into his college fireside. Well,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you so much. I wish Mrinal could join us back, but I think we're running out of time. It has been extreme pleasure discussing this topic. I think we should have another session because there's so many other aspects on dilemma of marketing in 2022. We are worried about market spends. We are worried about new strategies. We're worried about how to engage customers and what to offer customers to for the new evolved customers who have been
No,
evolved
Swati,
past 2 years.
here I want to tell you one thing.
Hmm.
Next week, we will have a session on customer service and the
Sure.
leadership. Okay, the role of
Thank
leadership, the role of leadership in shaping the customer service, the marketing, and the change management.
you.
Okay,
That's right.
so
Yes.
because
All right.
Gaurav, uh, because
Thank you.
hold
Sure.
on, hold on.
okay.
Okay, we can talk this offline.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes. So thank
I,
you, Gaurav, thank you, Swati, and
Thank
thank you everyone to support this webcast on
Sure.
India's first marketing TV on
Pleasure.
web platform,
Mhm.
WOM TV. Okay,
Pleasure.
so
thank you
we'll
Pleasure.
so
meet up
much.
next week.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Sure.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Swati. Thank you,
Ashish.
Ashish. It's a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Gaurav. And
Thank you.
thank you, Mrinal.
Bye bye. Take care.
So, Ashish, in 1 week's time, you have to get the internet right. Thank you.
No, no, no.